Before everything else, let me ask you a simple question. Do you like music? If you said yes, then congratulations. You're among the 90% of the global population who listen to and hopefully enjoy the beautiful blessing that is music. Whether you're in church, doing an all-nighter to work on a project, or on your morning commute on the way to work, it is undeniable that music makes everything just that little bit better and worth going through. The enjoyment of music is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon, and researchers suggest that one of the primary reasons that people value music so much is because of its ability to evoke such powerful emotions as it provides a welcome distraction from the stresses and challenges of everyday life. It can be a source of inspiration and can help fuel creativity and imagination to music listeners all over the world. It is for this very reason that my group and I decided to apply the lessons we learned throughout the semester to construct speakers that could allow people to partake and enjoy the blessing of music.
Constructing an actual circuit for the speaker, we will need the following components: a 220 microfarad capacitor, two 10 microfarad capacitors, two 0.1 microfarad capacitors, and a 10 kilo ohm resistor. As for the special components, we will be using an 8 ohm rating speaker, a 9-volt battery source for portability, a 3.5 millimeter audio jack for input, and of course the IC LM386. And we just want to mention that there were other components found in the lab which were also used, such as breadboard, wires, wire strippers, electrical tape, and even LEDs for troubleshooting. So essentially, this is the circuit diagram we are using with slight alterations to improvise. Instead of using one 0.05 microfarad capacitor, we use two 0.1 microfarad capacitors in series to achieve the same result. As for the circuit itself, we basically utilize the capabilities of the low voltage audio amplifier LM386. And this was done to manage the readings from the audio jack input and output that using an external speaker.
So, as for our process, we proceeded to wire our circuit according to our schematic diagram, connecting it first to a power supply of not more than 12 volts for testing. After wiring our circuit, this was the result of our first try. As you can hear, there was only noise and no actual audio signal can be discerned. In our next test, some music could actually be heard, but still there was too much noise to be called a success. To troubleshoot, we replaced the wires and redid our connections, making sure everything was tight and properly connected. Trying it again, we hear the audio coming through, but still with a lot of noise. This issue will be fixed later. We then constructed a container to house all our components out of a shoebox and started really putting our speaker together. Here's what the inside of our box looks like. We tested our circuit out with the 9-volt battery, and we found that we had a much clearer sound than with the power supply. After being satisfied with the output of our speakers, we added a switch to prolong the battery life. Here it is in action. We made a pouch for the battery and notches for the switch and headphone jack to stick out of the box, and we were ready to seal up our speakers. Here's a final look at how the speakers look and sound.
And then,
So we have obtained our components and materials from True Value, Circuit Rocks, eGizmo, and the lab. And this is the following list and the breakdown of the pricing. So provided here on the screen is the list of the components and the following prices. So, yes, there. Our group believes in the saying that great things start from small beginnings. And what more to give back and serve a community by starting small. So, our benefactor is Miggy's driver. So, we opted to give this to Miggy's driver as a small token of appreciation because he tends to wait for Miggy and watch videos and listen to music outside the car. So to ease Kuya's boredom and to improve the overall experience of listening to music and watching movies, we gave him a speaker. And a speaker, as we all know, can withstand harsh environments. So that is all. And remember to appreciate the drivers because they take you safely to where you want to go.
So that about sums up our final project, and we hope to continue to spread the blessing of music even past this project in our everyday lives. My contribution for the project was that I assisted in constructing both the circuit of the speakers and the housing, as well as help record my group mates while they were working on the project development.